The fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua just took place, and as the dust settled inside the arena, the boxing world reacted almost instantly.
It's fine, right? Yeah.
Yo. Don't mind me. Just smoking on that Jake Paul pack. Honestly, Jake Paul, trash. Tommy Fury, trash. Oh! Oh! You gotta stop playing. You gotta stop playing. That is nothing to play with. That big mother in front of you, man.
Ooh.
That's it over, dog. Oh! Oh! Oh!
That's crazy.
That's a wrap. Don't get up. Don't get up. Stay out. Oh!
That's crazy.
Ooh! Oh! Did you see that?
It's very difficult to go in like, you know, out of the ring for 14 months and just be razor sharp with a guy running. And so yeah, probably 2 or 3 rounds more than expected. But fair play to Jake Paul. He was a lot tougher than I thought, and he took a lot more shots than I thought he could.
What did AJ tell you inside the ring about the fight and how Jake?
Oh, he said, oh, you were shouting at me, rushing me. I said, yeah, I just wanted, you know. But like, I think he was always going to take his time. I think he was always going to be the guy that wasn't just going to go in there erratic. I said this earlier. And if Jake was aggressive, then I think he would have actually got caught earlier. But he was smart. Like, his movement was good. He was clever in the clinch. I was actually impressed. But, you know, obviously there was a massive gulf between them, and it was only a matter of time. But listen, fair play. As I said, he did more rounds than expected.
Well, I wouldn't call it an incredible knockout. I would call it a matter of time.
A matter of time, right?
A matter of time. And you got to realize, you know, Jake Paul had his hands down.
Yeah.
He was basically waiting for that knockout.
Dennis, just give us a pick, Tyson or Joshua, who wins it?
Keep walking.
Yep, you're out.
Your first instinct just comes to your mind.
Well, it depends. One's a boxer and one's a power puncher. So whichever gets hit first.
I thought Joshua did what he had to do. It took him a while to get it. He had to break him down and chase him down and unleash his powerful shots.
What was it? Was it a little too long to get done, or?
No, listen, when you fight someone like that, who moves around a lot, you have to try and pick your moments, pick your shots.
Yeah.
That's what he did. So congratulations to Joshua.
Man, and credit to Jake Paul, right, for even taking the challenge.
He's a very gutsy man.
Yeah. So he got up, what, 3 times? I mean, you felt that power. Are you impressed that he lasted that long?
Very impressed.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua.
Hey, 2 words. Fair trade. That's it? You think, You think AJ was pulling any punches? Fair trade. Fair trade? Was being mad selected.
Got up after the first knockdown because
Nah,
of that.
Jake is tough. He's tough. He's tough. But the first couple shots didn't land clean.
Where
The
did-
last one landed clean.
Where does Jake go from here?
Like he said, he need a rest. Take some time off. Enjoy the fruits of his labor.
Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. What happens in that fight now? Is it more
And
exciting?
I don't know, because I don't know where Tyson Fury is right now. You know, and it's gonna be interesting. But that's a fight I want to see. That's a fight they've been talking about for a long time, man. Domestic dust up, as they call it. I think it's gonna be a good one.
No, it was a awkward night. You know, AJ couldn't get to grips with him. Obviously, Jake had a really good game plan, moving his feet, lateral movement, slipping and sliding. Obviously, been practicing that a lot in sparring, and you got to give him credit. He came out there and gave it a good go, took his licks like a man, didn't complain. You know, fighting a much bigger, more established, world-class fighter. So that's usually what happened was what was always going to happen. You know, a lot of people thought he would only last 1 round, 2 rounds, but you know, you got to give Jake credit. You know, he went out there and had a solid game plan and was implementing it at times, was landing shots and was avoiding getting hit with the big shots. You know, but there's a reason we have weight categories in boxing, and I'd say he sticks with, you know, the cruiserweight division where the guys are the same size as him, because that, you know, without having the schooling, the many years, I was able to give away 100 pounds in weight because I've been boxing since I was 10. I was an international amateur and world champion at cruiserweight. That's why I was able to do the big jump and use the tactics that he used to win the heavyweight championship. But you know, credit to him, nothing but respect for Jake Paul for putting on such an event and putting himself in harm's way.
That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts. Like, minus the actual victory, of course, but bro, like, no one expected him to the last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that he at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet. Who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with a fighter with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
Unbelievable heart, and the reality is Jake lost because of the size difference, not because of the skill difference.
He took some rounds from Anthony Joshua. It took Anthony Joshua 6 rounds to put out a man who's been in the sport for 6 years and took on the challenge in 4 weeks. So put some respect on Jake Paul's name in the
He went 6.5 rounds with Anthony Joshua, one of the best in the world. So I got
and got up like 2 times.
No, it was sick.
Talk about that. I mean, there's been other heavyweights that have fought that right hand who haven't done it.
Ngannou, so many people, bro. The overhand right. Jake's got a tough chin, dude. I think he does whatever he wants after this. He just has such big balls, dude. He had to keep moving. That was the only strategy. People are gonna say he ran around the ring. They don't know. They don't understand fucking boxing.
He showed a ton of heart, right?
Ton of heart.
What's next for Jake Paul? Where
like
does
I
he
said,
go?
whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. I hope he hits. I hope he fights some more people like that are
Heavyweights, still heavyweights?
Yeah, I think heavyweights, but not Joshua.
Yeah, not Joshua. Definitely not Joshua.
Before the fight, Joe Rogan openly admitted that he struggled to even understand the matchup. Rogan had followed Paul's transformation from internet personality to professional boxer from the very beginning, yet this fight crossed a line that even he found difficult to process. He had compared Paul's previous bout with the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, which he described as feeling more like a controlled exhibition, to what awaited him against Anthony Joshua. The jump, Rogan said before the fight, felt almost incomprehensible. Rogan had also shut down any talk of the bout being fixed. In his view, Joshua had built far too prestigious a career to ever compromise his reputation with a staged result. That opinion echoed loudly after the fight, especially among viewers who had questioned whether the matchup belonged anywhere near a professional ring.
You know, there's not a chance that Anthony Joshua is not going to just lose the weight beforehand. He's not going to come in drained. What he's going to do is just do extra cardio, and that's just going to make him more dangerous. He's going to be terrifying, and he's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to be very angry that Jake Paul wants to fight him. Very upset that this YouTuber who's fought Tommy Fury, who's a legit boxer, and, you know, a couple other guys that were legit boxers. That's it. Like everyone else he's fought Ben Askren, who was really a wrestler. You know, he fought Tyron Woodley, who was an elite MMA fighter, but, you know, not an elite boxer. He fought Nate Robinson, who was a basketball player. At least he's fought these guys. He fought Anderson Silva, and he dropped Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva was a really good striker, but also in his 40s, you know, different time. It's, you know, not the same guy he used to be. This is a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua. This is a terrifying human being. Terrifying.
Another voice that stood out before the fight was Derek Chisora. Chisora, who shared a long history and friendship with Joshua, did not try to sound diplomatic. Speaking ahead of the bout, he made it clear that he hoped for an immediate and decisive finish. He even joked that if the fight somehow lasted beyond the second round, he would turn off his Netflix stream entirely out of disappointment. After the fight, fans remembered that comment as an honest reflection of how most professionals had viewed the matchup.
I mean, I forget that the two-time around like debating about a guy who got famous by playing YouTube. And I mean, are you kidding me? If AJ goes 1 round, 2 rounds, fine, yeah? If he goes 3, 4, 5, then we have to start questioning AJ as well. And he goes to points. Then I have to phone him and say, yo, what are you doing? Yeah?
What if he batters him for 8? What if he doesn't want to?
I don't care.
You don't want, so he needs to flatline, and you don't want to see him.
The guy comes in there,
8 rounds.
1, 2, yeah. But if he goes to 8 rounds, and then what are we doing then? What is AJ doing? Yeah, no, tell me. What is he doing?
Tim Bradley had approached the fight from a psychological angle before it took place. Bradley suggested that Paul's team likely believed they had seen something in Joshua's recent history that gave them confidence. Possibly injuries, setbacks, or time away from competition could influence Joshua's mindset under pressure. Even so, he never hesitated to name Joshua as the clear favorite. He had described the fight as 2 men competing for entirely different reasons, with completely different stakes.
Oh yeah, Tim Deadstone Bradley, you already know the rest. Oh, did y'all see? Did y'all see what Mike Coppinger said? Oh, is it true? Is it real? Ooh, hey, I like this fight way better. Fake Jakey Paul and Dirty Love. They did it again. They got another guy in there that's a little bit of weak-minded. One that might even sell his soul a little bit for that money. Yeah, and go ahead and lay down for Jake Paul. Yeah, man, this is supposed to be an easy fight for a dude named Anthony Joshua, a dude that did 24 rounds with freaking Usyk, a guy that knocked out Ngannou, one of the baddest mans on the planet. Boy, this is supposed to be easy licking for him. Easy money. Shoot, if he go in there and be who he is, right? An experienced Olympic gold medalist, an experienced fighter that he is, bigger than Jake Paul, stronger than Jake Paul, got more skill than Jake Paul, he's supposed to serve Jake Paul. But if he don't go in there and serve Jake Paul, then you know what it is, guys. Yeah, our question's gonna be answered. Yeah, straight up scripted, straight up WWE. Yeah. Ain't nobody can say nothing different to me. Oh yeah, because Anthony Joshua, he's supposed to smash Jake Paul. Period. Smash him. Yeah. Easy work. That's what it's supposed to be like. But if he go in there and he struggle, yeah, and he find himself on the campus looking for a mouthpiece or something, oh man, come on now. And you know Jake Paul, he signed that NDA, he signed his little rights away and was like, oh, I'll take a dive for 40 million, no problem. I'll take a dive, I don't care. All I care about is the money. All I care about is myself. I don't really care about the sport itself. I'm over the sport, yeah, and then we know, guys. But yeah, I'm definitely tuning in for this one. Oh yeah, I'll be watching closely. But anyways, yo, that's my time, and I'm Tim Deadstone Bradley, and I'm out.
Shane Mosley offered a perspective that carried extra weight because of his direct experience with Paul. Before the fight, Mosley had spoken respectfully about Paul's work ethic. He talked about intense training camps, brutal conditioning sessions, and a level of dedication that had quieted many critics. Mosley acknowledged that Paul genuinely took boxing seriously. Still, he had admitted that discipline and preparation could only bridge the gap so far when size, strength, and elite level experience were stacked so heavily on the other side.
What are your thoughts on that? And Zach Cruz, both guys who are old school throwback fighters matching up, and they're no doubt going to put on a show here in San Antonio.
I can't see no other way, but anything can happen in fighting and boxing is Jake Paul was
and also make sure for exclusive behind the scenes access.
I would not even try
follow us
to
at Premier Boxing and also subscribe
like
to
a
our
fight.
YouTube channel.
I wouldn't even try to
Couple of
participate.
episodes
If he
of the
won, I would
Behind
never
the
try to
Gloves
participate
episode
ever
where you can
Few voices felt more grounded than Andy Ruiz Jr., who knew Joshua's vulnerabilities better than most. Ruiz had shocked the world in 2019, and before this fight, he explained exactly what Paul's only realistic path to victory would be. Ruiz said Paul needed a perfectly timed early shot, something clean and unexpected, before Joshua could find his rhythm. While Ruiz acknowledged Paul's improvements and seriousness, he stressed how difficult it was to recreate a lightning-in-a-bottle moment without years of elite heavyweight experience.
Listen, Jake Paul had his face-off today with Anthony Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
He called himself Andy Ruiz 2.0.
Oh,
so
nice.
I gotta ask, what advice would you give to him, like, technically?
I think just having faith, man. Having faith, don't be scared, and do what you gotta do, you know? Ask God for that victory, and He will come through, and just be fearless, you know? That's what you gotta do. You gotta be fearless and give it all you got, you know?
Any secret to, like, you know, boxing a guy like
Just
like
get him with
Joshua?
the right hand. That's what Jake Paul's looking for, the right hand. And if he lands, he could do good damage. So a lot of people underestimate Jake Paul, but in reality, he's a good fighter and he's dedicated, and that's what I like about him.
You get on the phone with Jake before the fight?
I haven't, but I'm gonna hit him up. And try to give him some little pointers, huh?
Ryan Garcia took a much harsher tone before the fight. From his perspective, Paul hadn't just chosen a difficult opponent, he had chosen the worst possible one. Garcia pointed to massive gaps in skill, experience, and physical attributes, saying Paul might feel confident until the first real exchanges revealed just how different elite heavyweight boxing truly was. Garcia openly doubted Paul would win even a single round, suggesting that lasting competitively at all would be noteworthy.
If he could win 1 or 2 rounds, to me, that's a W. You know what I mean? So this fight is probably the worst fight that Jake Paul could have took. Out of all the fights he probably had a choice, you know, myself, who else did they say? I forgot. The other guy, you know what I mean? That's worse. This is a big dude, heavyweight. Like, how you go from 135 to 225? Like, you know, it's gonna be difficult, but
why do you think he takes it, Ryan?
He's just addicted to doing huge fights. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he has so many options. He's always looking for the guy that can make the most noise. You know, all his picks that he's fought in the pros has been guys that have some name, whether they're UFC fighters, NBA players. You know, you want Gervonta Davis. He's small, so I know I could beat him. He's probably thinking Anthony Joshua. He gets, you know, maybe his chin is suspect. Maybe he's not even thinking about me. So I'm gonna come in and somehow hit him with my right hand because he believes that his right hand is as strong as Wilder. You know, the way he talks, like my right hand is like this. So I think he's seen Dubai. I can't say his name.
Dubois.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking.
Drop his with the right hand. Oh, I could do that. Like that's my shot. You know what I mean?
What about respect though? I think Jake Paul's at a point where he wants respect because I do think he's better than what people think he is. Right now, okay. Now the stage is set. If he goes out there and battles with Anthony Joshua, we got to give Jake Paul
100%.
way more respect than we do now.
You know what
That's
Muhammad,
the victory. Just taking the fight. If he actually steps into the ring with Anthony Joshua, that's a victory.
That's big.
David Haye acknowledged how one-sided the matchup looked on paper, noting Paul's 13 professional fights compared to Joshua's 32. He highlighted Joshua's championship experience, his ability to recover from knockdowns, and his proven knockout power. Still, Haye believed boxing's unpredictability meant Paul had at least a theoretical path to victory.
I know, it seems so one-sided. It seems like every single benefit is outside of the psychological side of it, with AJ taking it lightly. I think something dramatic's going to happen. I think, for instance, if AJ's Achilles snaps in the first round, what happens? If he dislocates his shoulder, so there's a chance this stuff happens. He's got a new coach. He's throwing punches from new angles. Something could happen. I'm going the complete opposite. I think this
you beat the dad again like tomorrow.
Isn't it? I think it's going to be the biggest. I think there's somehow, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it's going to be the biggest upset in sporting history. So I think there's something that, because it's so obvious. It's so obvious. AJ has got all of the. I think there's something's going to happen. Either a no contest, either something, a cut, a no contest.
Why are you telling me?
A cut, for instance, a big clash of heads, or something's going to happen where AJ's. It's just, I don't know why, because it's so. I'm going the opposite way.
I think this guy is ill. Too tight.
Yeah, I did. I tightened them up this morning.
Too tight because he's talking.
Johnny Nelson focused less on technique and more on pressure. Before the fight, Nelson argued that the weight of expectation rested entirely on Joshua's shoulders. Almost nobody expected Paul to win, which meant Joshua had everything to lose. Nelson also pointed to a long-standing concern in Joshua's career: inconsistency. He reminded fans that Joshua had previously underperformed in fights where he was heavily favored, sometimes with shocking results.
I think the pressure is on AJ. 1% of 1% think Jake Paul has got a chance, and anybody else that tells you differently, they're lying. They don't really think he's going to do it. So you're going to watch this to see. Most people watch this to see Jake Paul get his ass given to him. In reality, and they'll also watch it to see how AJ is, because AJ, you know, he's done it many times before. He's dropped the ball. He's not performed to the best of his ability, and lost or got knocked out. Daniel Dubois, Andy Ruiz. I think when he boxed Usyk, you can't blame for that because Usyk was outstanding. But you know he can do it. So people are thinking, you know what? His last fight we saw him on his face against Dubois, and so the question marks above AJ's head. Right. Which AJ will turn up, and even if the wrong AJ turns up, he should still beat Jake Paul. Now, if my worry is AJ going into the fight and underestimating Jake Paul. Again, and it's hard. You know, it's like you've boxed before, where your original opponent pulls out, they throw a standing in, and you think, oh, and your performance is worse because you can't bring your A game to it because you think the kid's like not very good. You get rid of them, but it's harder than what it should be in real life. Right. And so I think with AJ, he'll struggle to respect Jake Paul as a threat. And so they're going to be watching AJ. And if Jake Paul gets 15 seconds of success, AJ is going to get vilified. AJ's, oh my goodness. So people are saying he wants to go out there and knock him out. No, he doesn't want to go out there and knock him out. He wants to teach this boy a lesson and torture him. If you're not into boxing and you're hearing this, you think, oh my God, it sounds barbaric.
Amir Khan raised ethical questions before the fight even happened. He questioned whether athletic commissions should sanction such matchups at all, arguing that pairing Paul with a heavyweight known for brutal knockouts felt irresponsible. In Khan's view, financial incentives appeared to outweigh safety considerations.
I'm gonna hit you with it now, man. Look, first of all, I think Nakisa hates Jake Paul because he wants him dead. I think that's what it comes down to. Me and JB had a meeting with Nakisa and he was giving big ones, which I did not understand. He's not really like, come on, but like he really wants to see his own friend that he calls my childhood friend hurt. That is wrong, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's chasing the money. So he's just gone straight to the money and put my man in the firing line against a heavyweight champion who can hurt him and literally cause him problems in the future as well. Don't you believe me? You believe that? I mean, AJ hitting him with that big right hand. Oof. Look, if AJ hits him with a shot like he hit Ngannou and knocked him clean out, I mean, even Ngannou would knock Jake Paul out. But that just shows, like, but you can't mess with the sport. Boxing, you can't mess with boxing. Oh, boxing is a sport that you have to respect. You're always at one punch away from getting hurt, and something bad's gonna happen one day, and they're gonna regret it. They're gonna say, "Oh, why did we take that fight?" It's not like they need the money. And if I was AJ, and so a YouTuber come to me, who's tiny, who's smaller than me, and weaker than me, and has no experience at all, you think I'm gonna say no to him? Like, come on, bro. Like, and they pay big money, but let's just hope AJ goes there, knocks him out, ends this YouTube boxing, because in a way, someone is gonna get hurt badly, and this could be the fight that someone gets hurt so bad that they will never ever get sanctioned to ever fight again.
Roy Jones Jr. delivered one of the most blunt assessments before the fight. Jones said that once Joshua stopped viewing Paul as a novelty and began fighting with full competitive intent, the natural order would assert itself quickly. Given Joshua's size, strength, and accumulated ring intelligence, Jones couldn't imagine the fight lasting long once the intensity escalated.
Big news also this past week, AJ versus Jake. I mean, everyone's been calling for Jake to fight a real fighter. What do you think?
And Jake gonna fight a real fighter, and if the real fighter fights like a real fighter, then Jake gonna take a real nap.
AJ, he showed you with Ngannou. He ain't one of these guys that just can go pick out streets and say, oh, I'm going to fight AJ. No. AJ is an Olympian. AJ is a former world champion. AJ is not two-time world champion. AJ is nothing to play with. So when you go in with AJ, have your mind right, because if you can't take it, he going to find out.
Were you surprised when you heard about that?
No, I was not.
So you think he's going to knock him out, though, AJ?
Oh, definitely knock him out. Because, I mean, don't get it wrong. Jake's smart, and Jake does have the power. If he can catch him first, he knows if he can catch AJ first, he can get AJ out. But he don't catch AJ first. Just like Ngannou couldn't catch him first. AJ been boxing a long time. AJ better than they give him credit for it.
So how did you react to this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more boxing content like this.